So I guess about probably 4 years ago now, I was kind of depressed by this whole thing, and I wasn't. Oh, and meanwhile, I'd kind of fashioned myself into a addiction expert. I'd read all the books. I have quite a library here, and listened to hundreds of stories of addicts, and gone to lots of meetings, and read the science and neurology and exercise and nutrition, and tried to put everything I possibly could together to understand addiction better. And still, I wasn't quite getting anywhere. And around about 4 years ago, I came across an advertisement in a reader, and it was for a website called integralnaked.org. And on the advertisement had, I think, Deepak Chopra and Ken Wilber and several other luminaries who I knew of and thought were cool. I'd read Ken Wilber's early work back in the 80s when I was really impressed by it. So I went to it, and it was a very interesting website, and I came across a PDF file, a 40-page approximately file that said, "What is Aqua?" I think that was the name of it, and I read it. And immediately when I read this thing, the lights went on, and I said, "Oh my God, this is kind of the missing link. This is that brings it all together." Applying this Aqua map, or this integral theory, to addiction is fantastic, and to me it seems so apparent. It was one of those vision logic moments where it just all kind of fell out, the whole the general outline and the contours and how it would work. And I spent the next 2 months bothering people at the Integral Institute and Googling information and trying to find the practitioners of integral recovery. I figured it was such a good idea, it had to exist, somebody had to be doing it, and I soon found out that nobody was. And so then the next light bulb going off was, maybe I'm supposed to be that expert. So maybe I'm the one that's going to figure this out. And I was kind of like, Lord, surely you can do better than this. But anyway, so I didn't get an answer, so I said, all right, I'll step up to the plate and start swinging. So at that point I started really working on this, and different pieces started to fall into place. And I applied this Aqua map to recovery and the disease of addiction, and it blew my mind, and it's very, very compelling. And I invite you to read the papers and the book that may be out by the time you're seeing this, and also to contact me if I can help. So in the next part of this lecture, I'd like to actually kind of unpack briefly what the Aqua map is. And some of you watching this will probably have already been introduced to Ken Wilber's work and Aqua map and integral theory, and if you have, fine. I invite you to stay with me, because I'm going to be applying it very specifically to this huge problem of addiction and chemical dependency. And as Sean Hargan from JFK University says, it takes X amount of time to understand Aqua, because every time we look at it, every time we approach it, we see different shades and depths and things, and it just keeps growing and growing. It's not like you can ever actually exhaust the model, because it is a model of the manifest universe, really. So good enough.